My sister Dumpling called me and told me they couldn't find my mother for 3 weeks and she was missing. I was living in Virginia. She wanted me to drop everything and drive up there right away and help her go look for my mother. Talking about we gonna go to all the crack houses and stuff and look for her. I told her, I'm not driving up there looking for my mother. My mother don't want to be found. And I had to tell her, I said, listen, Dumpling, our mother is a functional crackhead. She functional. She's sophisticated. She ain't in no crack house. She found herself a partner. She's somewhere chill, laid up, eating good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to ASMRTheChew, and I'm your girl Spirit. And today, I'm just gonna have something hot to drink to get my morning going and to stop my stomach from crying. I'm gonna have this cheese Danish. I just wanted a plain cheese Danish cake. I like the ones from Starbucks, but I said I'm gonna get one from the grocery store. Cause you know we get a lot more. Get to have a second serving. So y'all know the cheese Danish that be at the grocery store. Oh, it smells so good. Have me a nice size. I just got some decaf coffee with vanilla creamer with my Rise and Shine cup. I know a lot of my SOLs love the sipping sounds and the soft sounds. I thought this would be nice to share with you today. And a nice little treat for my stomach. I love the icing they got on it. It's real soft. And they got cheese. That's where we do it. guess I'm just having all these memories. Because I'm deciding not to suppress my feelings and protect other people so that they don't have to feel bad, I guess. But this memory, I got a lot of memories, y'all. A lot of memories. I'm gonna do story time soon, but the memories are so big, sometimes so much. And some of the memories cry myself to sleep, and then I wake up upset, and I wake up feeling like, dang, why did I do that to myself? Why did I feel the need to protect my mother and other people and suppress all of that, whatever I was thinking or feeling or knew inside of me? You know, I never talked to nobody but the therapist until I was 19. But even then, I didn't talk to her about everything. And it's not that I had nobody to talk to. I just chose not to say or think about some things. I remember when the talk was about my mother. Abusing crack, and I knew, like I ain't kinda knew, I knew my mother always been on some type of drugs, like always. Like I don't know what time she haven't been on drugs or drinking heavily or and I kind of like when she did kind of drink. I was feeling good because she was so nice. Like when my mother was drunk or high, we didn't get beat up too much, you know what I'm saying? Let me take that back. I didn't get beat up too much. Now my sisters, they did get whoopings here and there. But I got whoopings and I got beat up. I got beat up. But she was nice. And then I noticed that when I no longer lived with her and we was in contact with each other, if she was high or drunk, she was pretty cool, you know what I mean? And I think I kind of just was okay with that. Because she was a functional crackhead. She always looked beautiful. Always looked clean. Always the best dresser. Had the most beautiful skin. My mother's gorgeous. I don't know. have it. But then one day, I think I was about, I want to say I was about 18. I want to say I was about 18. My car, I got towed from her house. She told me apart in a parking space that was hers. And I wouldn't have to worry about my car. And I let her borrow some money. And then my sisters came running in the house to let me know my car was being towed away. I went running down the road, begging for my car back. I was so young. It was my first time having my car towed away. That thing hurt me to my heart. And my mother was telling me she don't know why my car got towed away, but my sisters were outside. I feel like my sisters had my car towed away. But see, at the time, if I knew that my sisters was holding a grudge against me, I would have not even been over there. But later on, I got my car back. And when I got my car back, so much. It really hurt me to actually see the truth. I never talked to nobody about it. And then right after that, I didn't see my mother again for a long while. It was just too much for me. Out of sight, out of mind. At that time, it was better for me. Because the way I looked at my mother, I just didn't look at her as a drug abuser. And when we saw each other again, she never brought it up and I didn't bring it up. We never talked about it. I feel like a lot of stuff that I dealt with over the years and the stuff that I endured from my mother, I kind of got used to it. So when people would do me wrong, I would just be quiet about it and go away. Never like face it. When my sister Dumpling called me and told me they couldn't find my mother for 3 weeks and she was missing, I was living in Virginia. She wanted me to drop everything and drive up there right away and help her go look for my mother. Talking about we gonna go to all the crack houses and stuff and look for her. I told her, I'm not driving up there looking for my mother. My mother don't want to be found. And I had to tell her, I said, listen, Dumpling, our mother is a functional crackhead. She functional. She's sophisticated. She ain't in no crack house. She found herself a partner. She's somewhere chill, laid up, eating good, hanging out, smoking her stuff, living her free life. And when she get tired and she ready to just come home, get in her bed and sleep and watch her story, she'll be back. But I'm not leaving my life and stop what I got going on to come look for her. And I guess she thought I would do that because that's what I did for my daughter. I went running behind my daughter for a long time. My oldest daughter, let me make sure you understand, I have an older daughter. But yeah, and then when I think about it, Dumpling should have been used to my mother leaving. She left us all the time when we was kids. I literally started babysitting my sisters and them when I was 4. So, and she started leaving and not coming back when I was 6. She'd be gone a day, 2 days, a week, probably longer than that. We ate, we walked. I said when she get tired, she'll be back home. And guess what? She was back home. She found out that Dumpling was searching for her. My mother cursed her out. She cursed her out. And she said, you know what? I ain't looking for her no more. I'm done. I'm done. She leave. Hopefully she just come back, but I'm not searching for her no more. I said, good. And now she older. She done completely moved away. She don't really have anything to do with her kids. And she had me feeling like she's such a manipulator. She gonna tell me that she was so lonely. She was about to do some awful things because she didn't want to be alone. She was lying. She had me feeling like, oh my God, I gotta back up. I gotta get there. I gotta be there with my mom. I gotta make sure that she'll never know what it feels like to be lonely. Yeah, she was getting me all hyped up and dressy, gushy up. Just so when she do me wrong, it would hurt. She was trying to hurt me, y'all. She was trying to break me down. But I'm not the same person that I used to be. I used to be so hurt. I used to call her, write her letters, try to find her, and just I'd be bawling, crying, asking why did she do this to me? Why did she hurt me like this? And she just cursed me out, called me names, try to fight me. No. The person I am today, I don't need an explanation. And my last conversation with my mom was, Mom, I'm 54. I'm not that 4-year-old. I'm not that 5, that 10, that 15, that 20. I'm not that 30-year-old. I'm not that 40-year-old. I'm not that young person anymore. If this time you don't want nothing to do with me, I'm done. And I'm not looking back. And I'm no longer putting the wrong that you done before I put myself. She said, oh, no, I would never, I'll never cut you off. She said, but I'm done with your sisters. I'm cutting ties with all of them. And I said, Mom, you don't have to cut ties with them if they didn't do anything to you. She said, they cursed me out. I said, well, I didn't do anything to you. I've been so sweet to her. I literally didn't even care if I never got a sorry or accountability. I didn't care anymore. I pushed it all the way down and said bye-bye. I'm just gonna love my mother no matter what. And I'm gonna move up there and I'm gonna be by her side. I'm gonna go to the doctor with her. I'm gonna be at the hospital with her. I'm gonna take her out. I'm gonna make sure she enjoy life. And we talked about all the stuff we was gonna do. She talked about all the places she wanted to go and do with me and all the things she wanted to do with me. And her last thing, she was like, make sure you call me every day. Make sure you call me every day. I don't know. I fell for it a little bit. I did. I went to go call her. She didn't call me back. I said, oh, okay. I'll call her tomorrow. I called her. She didn't return my call. I texted her. No text. I called her. Didn't return my call. I texted her. And then a couple of weeks went by. And I said, well, a text and said, Mama, I've been trying to call you. I've been texting you. Can you call me right now? And I waited. And I waited. Nothing. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, nothing. And then I found myself staring at the wall. And I prayed. And I went to sleep. And I stayed in bed for like 3 days. And all these memories came shooting back. I said, you know what? Okay. I'm not family. I'm just a relative. They knew what it was like to have me by their side, even when they dogged me out and did me wrong. But now they're going to know what it's like to not have me, to not carry them in my heart, and to not put sugar on shit. And everything that was in the shadows